This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Damn, Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. It's your boy Kings and Dreams. I hope that everyone has had a great weekend, man. And as we getting ready for Christmas time, hope everybody is doing their Christmas shopping or whatever holiday that you celebrate. You know, spending time with your family, your loved ones, all of that stuff, man. You know, all right. I'm just gonna get right into it, man, because this is a conversation that I have been wanting to have for a while. And so this is another part to my Dark Side series. So if you guys haven't watched, check on my channel. I actually have an interview with my brother Tobias, the traveler of the dark side of Thailand. So today we're going to talk about the dark side of the Dominican Republic. And so my guest who I'm going to bring on, this is someone who is well respected in the community, someone who I have a lot of respect for, someone who has spent multiple years living in the Dominican Republic, currently resides in Thailand, but a lot of people know him for his experience living in the Dominican Republic. So, you know, a brother to you, brother to me, we all call him Unc, my man, Taylor Made Dreams. What's going on, brother? How we doing?
What's happening, nephew? How you doing?
Man, I am doing well, man. Thank you so much for joining me, man. I really appreciate it, man. Really
Not a
appreciate
problem.
it. Yeah,
Not a problem.
absolutely, man. So so I know it's about by quarter to 10 a.m. there in Thailand, Tuesday
Yep.
morning. Yeah, so I appreciate you getting up early and taking the time to have this conversation with me, man. I really do
Not a
appreciate it.
problem. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, man.
Glad to,
So speaking of Thailand, before we get to Dominican Republic, I know Zoom to Thailand has Zoom Fest going on out there, man. So have you enjoyed some of the festivities over there?
I have. I actually got a chance to catch up to Rich and some of his crew during that Zoom week. I had dinner with them on Saturday, and everything went well. Really nice restaurant. Great brothers. Um, had really great conversation, not just talking about Thailand and women, but talking about investments and other things. So it was really cool, and it was great to meet everybody, shake their hand, and just indulge in some good food and great conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a brief conversation with Richie Mack, and so I do want to try to get out there to Zoom Fest for 2025, man. I'm gonna try to get out there. I've been having conversations with my boy Flyboy Way, and I know we're gonna make it out to Thailand soon. We're gonna make it out to Thailand soon, man, because it seems like a lot of you brothers are having fun, enjoying yourselves, and the weather seems to be good, man. You know, so.
It very good. No, very good, very good. But matter of fact, because I heard it's been seriously raining in DR. Talking about weather, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's like they living in Seattle down there.
Oh, hell no.
No, that much rain. No, seriously, that much rain. That much rain.
Yeah,
That much rain.
so like the rain season is kind of like from August to like November, right?
Yeah, but it's been like raining more than usual. I mean,
Oh, okay.
a hell of a lot more than usual. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that
great.
doesn't that doesn't sound good at all, man. It doesn't sound good at all. All right.
No,
So we're gonna get we're gonna get right into the Dominican Republic and talk about that because I know you don't like to be live for too long. So
no, no. I like to get in there, get in and where I fit in and go ahead and keep it moving.
Respect. All right, so now you have lived in the Dominican Republic about 15 years. Is that right?
No, not that long, not that
Okay,
long.
sorry about that.
I mean, I've been going to Dominican Republic for over 25 years.
Okay.
I lived there for about 6 years.
Oh, so about 6 years. All right,
Yeah.
but so your overall experience going back and forth and living would be a total of 25 years. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay, absolutely. And in your experience, right? So I know that you have a daughter in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So so let's kind of like give your expertise prior to you moving to Dominican Republic, dating, and then when you did actually reside in Dominican Republic, dating. So what were some similarities and what were some differences?
I mean, right now there's a lot of differences with me, my with my interaction in the Dominican Republic. The
Yeah,
Dominican Republic has changed a lot. Of course, I've changed a lot in the last 25 years as well.
right.
But usually change is good. Change is more growth. But specifically in that North Coast, it seemed like the change hasn't really hasn't been good, and that's due to a number of things. Social media, a lot more cats coming down there. I'm talking about more weekend warriors, um, and you know the class of ladies that that normally used to frequent that particular area. So a lot has changed. A lot has changed. I mean, right now they're undergoing some changes with the real estate. They're trying to make it more family friendly, not more guys trip type of situation. They closed the beach, so all those individual vendors that used to be out on the beach right now, they start just tearing all that down. I think they're getting ready to put up either a hotel or some sort of complex over there. So a lot has changed. A lot has changed. The attitudes of the Dominican people have changed. Like I said, I think due to social media, specifically after I'll say during and after the pandemic, it just seems it took taken on a whole new life of its own. Like I said, when I was going there 25 years ago, I mean, it was just a totally different place. Uh, and then I used to go to spend more of my time more in Santo Domingo because that's where my daughter was. And and that's where I spent the majority of my time in Dominican Republic prior to my daughter's death.
Gotcha. Now, so with social media and everything, so talk about it like how things were prior to social media, and then you mentioned the weekend warriors and stuff like that. So let's talk about the past, and then we'll talk about the present, and then I'll get your thoughts on what you think the future will be.
All right. So, we want to go back, let's say about 6 years ago, pre-pandemic.
I was gonna say
Um,
pre-pandemic, yeah.
yeah, I mean, you had like on during the week, especially I would say like like Wednesday through Sunday, you had a lot of women that used to come down there from Santo Domingo, Santiago, but now different parts of the island because they knew that was a tourist spot and they go down there and hopefully meet somebody or just go down there for fun and make some money or whatever.
Mhm.
And I mean, the ladies used to look like ladies. I mean, the attitudes are really, really cool. Used to have great fun. I mean, it was a really, really good, really, really good time. There was not all that scamming and craziness. I mean, you would still have, like some stealing going on. Non-violent crimes. You leave your phone somewhere, somebody gonna pick it up, or you may have somebody try to pickpocket you, something like that. But like I said, nonviolent crimes, nothing out of the ordinary from any other tourist area. Just a really great time, really great energy, really good vibes. and and I was, I certainly, when I discovered it, I certainly encourage people to go down there. I brought property there, brought a condo there. Other people I know um, bought condos or villas there, because I mean it was such a great place to be. The energy was high. You know, even the brothers that used to see down there, man, it was just a good time. You didn't know anybody, but you could walk in a place, start talking, conversation. Guy be like, "Man, let me buy you a drink." You buy him a drink. It was just a really, really good vibe, really, really good energy, really, really good time to be there.
Gotcha. And so now, during the pandemic and post pandemic, so would you say that? So would you say that like a lot of people, whether it be like the vendors, the women, they seem to become more opportunistic?
Yeah, I mean during the pandemic, people were, I think, were a lot more working together, because if it, when the pandemic first hit, nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew if there was going to be food shortages. Nobody knew anything.
Right.
Everything was just kind of being played out, day to day. But as it got into the pandemic, 3, 4, 5, 6 months into the pandemic, you start develop a routine. um, yeah, like I said, it was about leaning on each other, and having a good time when you can, and it's just kind of following the rule of law, and just trying to make it through. Um, but the attitude, was still the same. It was still, the ladies' attitudes were still the same. It was cool. Especially like from the expats, we all work together, so to help each other through that situation, and we all came out, better on the other side.
Right. Absolutely. Now, from what I've heard, and I know a couple of brothers that like have had successful relationships and or marriages in the Dominican Republic.
Mhm.
But from men who are
I see.
expats, travelers, blue book gentlemen, have said that like Dominican Republic is not a place where you can actually find a quality woman. What say you to that?
I say Dominican Republic probably used to be a place you could find a good quality woman,
Hmm.
but now, no. That certainly would be a place, like, I would tell my nephew, my son, to go look for love. Go look for fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, so go down there, look for some fun, have some fun, but look for a quality wife. That would not be the place I would tell them to go look for. No, no.
Interesting. So, um,
And it seems that a lot of men that have got married down there, found out that 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 quality wife, that quality reina, turned out to be a diablo.
oh wow. Yeah,
Hey, it is what it is.
yeah, it definitely is what it is, man. I mean, wow, you know. So my next question to you is, all right. So now with the with the change in the pandemic and everything, um,
Mhm.
and so how do you think that the Dominican woman, like, do they actually want a black man? Like, how do you
I,
think
I
they
mean,
feel towards black men?
I think they got a lot of love for black men. I don't think it's a black man, white man thing. I think it's just it's a gringo thing. It's a gringo versus the Dominican man thing.
Yeah,
I don't think it has anything to do with colorism at all, to be quite honest. Unless we're talking about Haitians, but then that's a cultural thing, because Dominicans and Haitians got so much history together.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Hmm.
because because I mean, like, the thing is, in this space where you have a bunch of groups, whether they're like WhatsApp, Facebook, or what have
Hmm.
a lot of brothers still go to Dominican Republic, and typically
Yeah.
one of the first places, like if a guy says, "Hey, I'm getting my passport," one of the first places that he'll go to is Dominican Republic or Mexico, due to the fact that it's so close to the United States. You kind of want to,
Right.
crawl before you walk, run before walk before you run, so on and so forth. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah. So my question there is, when it comes to when it comes to the level of opportunistic, like, do you think due to the fact that Dominican Republic is a small island, that some of these women kind of don't think about the long game, they kind of think short term?
Now that's all they think is short term. That's all they think is short term. I don't think, I don't even know if they have the capacity to think long term. You have a few that I mean, being honest, you have a few that used to play that long term game.
Yeah,
Um, but now, like I said, right, it's all about it's the same thing like in the States. Right now, it's just all about filling that bag. It's all about filling that bag.
yeah.
Uh, and right now, man, I mean, the Dominican Republic, man, it's just full of fucking scams. And I don't care what walk of life the chick is. She could be a doctor, nurse, freaking librarian, librarian, freaking, chick who walks the street, chick who's, escorts her. I mean, I'm telling you, man, the level of scams, it's just off the chain. As far as professionalism, like an attorney or dentist, man, it's just off the freaking chain of scams and just bullshit that's going on in Dominican Republic right now. It's just all about filling that bag.
Wow. So if you don't
Period.
mind, if you don't mind, would you like to give us some examples of scams that you've heard about? Obviously, you don't want to put anyone specific on blast, so but again, you could just say information that you've gotten.
Well, right now, unfortunately, the latest scam is, let's say if you meet a chick, you ask the chick, you always ask the chick, how old is she, especially, because you got a lot of beautiful young women, and Dominican Republic has a huge, 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 huge
Right.
young population as opposed to the United States.
Right.
And, you check her ID, she's 20, 21 years old, 19 years old, whatever.
Yeah.
And 2 days later, you might hit her once or twice, and 2 days later, they'll come back and say, "Oh, you know, I forgot to tell you, I lied about." They'll just tell you straight up. They say, "I lied about my age. I borrowed my cousin's ID. I'm 16." Now they
Whoa.
truly, yo, seriously, seriously. Now they truly are that older age, but in your mind, you're like, "I know I checked the ID, but did I see it? But was it the same face?" Because a lot of cats, when you checking IDs, you're just looking at names. You're looking at name. You're looking at the date. That's where you concentrated on. All right, it looks like her.
Right. Right. Right.
And like I said, man, you don't know if they scamming or not. And they're trying right now. They're trying to extort, do a whole extortion thing with cats, and like, I'm gonna call the police if you don't give me X amount of dollars. Man, it's just crazy, and all that stuff, man. I mean, it can really, first of all, put the guy at total, paranoia, because he don't know if the police coming, if the girl's telling the
Right.
truth. But that's the kind of scam that they got going on now. I mean, they got a plethora of them out there. And for me, man, it's just way, 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 way out of hand, man. Because it's all about stealing that money, getting that bag. And I tell cats going down there now, I mean, thank God, you ain't got to worry about, like in Colombia, them drugging you. However, they're gonna drug you with a scam. Like they call
Yeah.
Thailand the land of smiles. Dominican Republic is the land of scam.
Damn. So so
Yeah, seriously.
so
Because even
interesting. Yeah.
even
Go
if
ahead. My
even if
fault.
you deal even if you deal with a professional, like and you pay them your money, man, the attorneys down there, and you can't even get shit done. then you can't even get an attorney to go after another attorney. I mean, man, it's like it's just really fucking bad. It's just scams on scams on scams on scams on scams, man. It really is.
Wow, that's nasty work, man. That's crazy.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, right? So, I'll say this. So you mentioned Colombia with the whole drugging scopolamine. Now they do like the scam stuff too, where like, okay, let's say if the guy meets a woman and she ends up coming to his apartment and like they agree on a price, whatever, whatever exchange. And so there are times where it has happened where the guy will say, no, that's not the price we agreed to. I'm not going to pay it. And then she'll say, I'm going to call the police. So like in Colombia, they do that as well. So it's not just in the Dominican Republic. I know that Colombia is just more popular for the scopolamine, but they also do that scam shit too. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to
Oh
put
yeah.
that out there.
I mean, but anytime you go somewhere, and it's a pay for play situation. That shit is going to happen. But
Yeah.
but I would say even when it's not a pay for play situation, because you've had a lot of cats that marry these chicks. I know a cat who was a millionaire. I mean, bona fide. This dude took the chick, met a chick out of Bonao, took out of Bonao, spent his honeymoon in the south of France. And this chick, and he busted her still talking to her boyfriend, who's a freaking one of those moto drivers. She gave up a millionaire for
For
a
a
cat who
taxi
makes
driver?
50 for a guy who makes 50 pesos, whenever he can get a ride. I mean, that's the level of stupidity that it's like, are you fucking serious? And I mean, it was crazy when the brother shared his story with me, man. And what happened with him is he was able to, like, her mama got sick, and he discovered it one day, and then he's just kind of setting up his plan. How do I get rid of it?
Yeah.
So the mom had got sick, and he knew he was, getting ready to take a trip back down there, and she was asking, "Hey, can I go stay with my mom a few days to help her out?" He said, "No problem." He said, we'll fly back in. You go stay with your mom." He rented a villa um, in Playa Dorado, and she went to a mom house, but he had a passport. The jury said, "Hey, don't take none of the jury and stuff because I don't want anything to happen to you." So she even took off the diamond ring and a wedding band. He said that she always had two wedding bands. One she wore in the Dominican Republic, one she wore in America.
Mm-hmm.
And when she went to her mom, he gathered everything and broke out. And but it was crazy. And then sent her copies of her text messages, to show her, hey, listen, you got busted. I mean, you gave up this cat who literally could changing your world, changing your family world, for a cat that ain't doing shit. They ain't got shit going for himself. I mean, I don't understand the mindset of it.
Right.
He couldn't understand the mindset of it.
Right.
He said, and he was like, "Man, listen, Russ." He said, "Man, I'm embarrassed to just share the story." I said, "Brother, it is what it is." And you got cats, down there with who had, kids with chicks, and be like, "Hey, bring them in the situation." I mean, even my daughter moms, I had her living with me.
Yeah, I was
During
just
the
about
time
to
she
ask
was,
you about that.
yeah, yeah, but she was pregnant. I said, "All right, well, listen, I set up the whole family thing and moved her in, and he's staying in a beautiful house across the street from the Atlantic Ocean." But she wanted to be in the hood with her friends, because she just looked like she was like, one day I asked her, I said, "Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you walking around with this long face? We got a beautiful baby, you got a beautiful house, you're living better than everybody you know. What's
Yeah.
up?" And she wanted to be in the hood. So, she wanted to go stay with her mother for a couple of days. I said, fine. So about 5, 6 days went by. So, like, "You ready to come back home?" She said no. She wanna stay out there. I
Wow.
mean, I could not freaking believe it, man. So You living better than every freaking body you know, but you want to be in the hood around your friends. So that's the type of mentality we talking about, man.
Yeah.
We talking about a mentality who can't understand growth and can't see it, you know. And like I said, I don't care. It's across the board, brother. It's across the board.
Wow.
Because I've
Yeah.
dealt with professionals, man, and I look at them like, what the hell are you thinking about? And I don't know.
So okay,
Crazy.
so you said professional. So when you say like professional woman, doctor, lawyer, et cetera, et cetera. So you're saying that these women are actually doing the same things, like they will actually would rather deal with someone who's driving a taxi as opposed to dealing with someone who's rich and who has generational wealth. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I'm saying anytime you're dealing with a woman who's of means, she's on a whole. It's a different level. So her boyfriend may not be the peso guy, but
Mm,
her boyfriend may be, you know, the guy that she went to school with, she grew up with,
yeah.
but wasn't ready to make that commitment to her. He just want to keep smashing the cheeks.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, and if he got a kid by her, trust me, and he's taking care of that kid, he's still smashing those cheeks. That's the
Mm,
one thing I will say about Dominican ladies. If they got a kid by a dude who's taking care of their kid, they gonna be loyal to that dude. Trust me, they're gonna be loyal to that dude. And trust me, they. And I don't care if they engaged or married to somebody else. If that guy still take care of his kid, he's still smashing those cheeks. I'm telling you from experience.
wow. Okay. So all right. So woman has a kid with a guy. Let's say the guy makes 50 pesos, 50 pesos or whatever. He's doing the bare he's doing the bare minimum as far as when it comes to salary is concerned, but he's
Mhm.
still taking care of his son and daughter. And let's say the mom is a professional accountant, doctor, lawyer, whatever. Like she has a good salary. She's still gonna give it up to him when the guy is barely holding on.
Rather, it's a lot of stuff is cultural.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the thing, man. And that's what I try to tell cats, man. It's it makes no difference where you go. You will never be no matter if how much you ingrain or initiate yourself in a community. If it's not that your culture, you're never going to be that. So like it's even in Thailand, I'm never going to be Thai. I live here 21 years, but I'm never going to be a Brazilian, no matter how long I stay in Brazil, learn the language. I'm never going to be Dominican, and no matter how long I stay there, learn the language, have babies there. A
Mhm.
lot of stuff is just cultural that you and we don't understand, we don't see. But a lot of shit is just cultural, man, and it's not just the DR. It's like no matter where you go, it's different. It's the same story, different cast. But some places, and I would say DR has taken it way up the chain with that kind of mentality of culturalism, like who they want to be with. If most Dominican, I've heard Dominican women say, "Well, I don't really want to be with Dominican guys," but yet you got 3 kids by 3 different daddies, so you can't tell me you ain't want to be with Dominican guys because you puffed out 3 babies. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right,
yeah.
right. That's
So,
yeah.
but like I said, but it's a cultural thing. It's the same thing even with us as Americans. I mean, like I can talk to a lady, let's say a lady my age, who grew up with same music, same mentality, kind of came up in the same neighborhood. We could talk a little bit more in depth because we have that cultural connection.
Right. That
But I
cultural
think
understanding.
with Right, but I think with people who are more Western, because us wanting to level up, we can express that love and like I can have, yeah, I love my culture, but if I fall in love with a woman from a different culture, ethnicity, or whatever, we could make that adjustment to make that thing work without hanging on to the culture to where it'll make a difference and you know how I treat her and what I do with her and all that good stuff. But
Right.
it's like I think in a lot of cultures, it's you know, especially where family is more in tune, and definitely Dominican Republic, I would say, is more family oriented than the United States has been in the last 50 freaking years. So I think when you have that
Absolutely.
family dynamic of culturalism and family, you know, it's more ingrained. This is who I want to be with. So yeah, I may not marry because you can't take me where I want to go, but that doesn't mean, you know, we can't still do something. And the problem is with that, everybody's in on the scam. The grandmama, the cousin, you know, they say, hey, Lord, this is my cousin. Okay, well, cool. The cousin comes pick you up at the airport, but then you find out she's smashing the cousin, who really ain't the cousin, but the you know, I met the grandmama, the daddy, the nieces, nephews, the brothers and sisters, and everybody say, "Oh, this is our cousin," and everybody know this the guy that's smashing, you know, smashing a chick, man. So you know, I mean, with me, I can't understand it because I know when I was growing up, and and if I was dating two or three girls, man, I would, if somebody would call the house, you know, back then we ain't had no cell phone. I tell
Right.
my mother, hey ma, can you just, you know, if it's Joyce, hey, tell her I'm not here. My mother would say, I'm not lying to Joyce. And if my mother really liked Joyce, she would
Yeah.
tell her, hey, listen, Russell is seeing somebody else. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. My mother.
my
My
mother
mother
would
would.
no, you couldn't make my mother part of your smash plan. No, she wasn't having it. It was like, no, we don't do that shit. And please
Yeah.
don't it, man. And I used to be like, Mom, why'd you tell her that? She said, hey, I don't lie for you. She said, what are you talking about? You don't
Yeah.
ask me to come and lie for you. So, well, like I said, from how I grew up, you know, how you may have grown up, there's a whole different thing, brother. It's a whole
Yeah.
different thing because it all boils down to that money.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's
It all boils down to that money.
Yeah, that's wild work. Now, shout out to your moms. I can't believe she threw you under the bus. And at least now, what my mother would do, my mother would not tell like the other woman I'm seeing somebody else. But what she would say, because like how you said, hey, you know what? Tell Denise, or I forgot the woman's name, but tell Denise or whatever. You know, I'm not home. My mother would be
Mhm.
like. My mother would say, no, I'm not doing that. Like, if you're here, I'm going to say, I'm going to call you, and you know, you got to pick up the phone, so you can't ignore her. That's what my mother would do, but my mom would not say like if I'm in a relationship with somebody else. Like, damn, shout out to
Yeah.
Mama Taylor. She was
Uh,
rough.
Now, my mom was straight about that, bro. She so I couldn't include my mother in anything that had anything to do with lying. So, because you know, I'm not saying my mother never lied, but I'm telling you, she ain't lied for me.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you. I got you. All right, really quick. I'm gonna pause real quick, Unc. I just want to get to a couple of these super chats and a couple of comments here, man. Let's see here. Definitely shout out to the Italian Stallion, aka the Gangster Bankster. He says, "Great topic, great guest." Absolutely, man. Unc has a lot of knowledge, man. And if you guys have not subscribed to Taylor Made Dreams, you better subscribe now. Please do that ASAP. Shout out to my man G Turner. Shout out to my man G. I'm thinking about visiting DR in Feb. I've been pre-gaming for a minute. Tailor made. What should I be mindful of when going? Well, he's telling you right now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's telling you right now.
Yeah, I would say, listen, man, DR is still a great place to go. You can still have a great time. It still got a lot of good energy.
Right.
But like I said, if you thinking long term, wifey, that's not the spot. You know, if you thinking a good time, go there, be a weekend warrior, whatever you want to do, you can still have a great time. Still a good place for investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, you got to be careful. You got to be one step ahead. You definitely got to be one or two. I would say two steps ahead because they're always trying to outthink you, and it's crazy because I know you can't outthink me. You know,
Right.
between and if a chick is texting you about, oh baby, I miss you, trust me, she has text 25 guys that same fucking message. It's just I'm gonna see which one's gonna come through. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. That's what the ladies in DR play. They play numbers game. Somebody, if I hit 25, 26, 30 guys, somebody's going to come through with the bag. Somebody's going to come through. It's a numbers game. It's like roulette. You play roulette long enough, you may lose, but then you get that big win.
Damn. So I just hold on. I got one more super chat and I want to go through. Hey, shout out to my man D May. Says salute to you, brothers. Great topic, man. Shout out to my man D May, man. New York is in the building. Salute. All right, got another super chat. Oh man, shout out to my man Sean C, man. TSG Uncut. Definitely make sure that you guys check out his channel. I think, man, you're on your way to 100K, man. I think you're at like 65, 60, almost 70K, I think, man. I laughed at the moms things. That is so true. I hope you brothers and the chat have a blessed holiday season. TSG Uncut. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. Definitely salute to you too, brother. Salute to you too, man. Because yeah, Unc Mom threw him under the bus bad.
Real bad.
Oh man. Yeah, but so I wanted to circle back to when you were saying like the grandmother is in on it, like the whole family is in on it. I haven't. Like you hear stories about Colombia, right? Because I'm a Colombia guy, but like I don't know like if like the grandmother is in on it. I think maybe like maybe like the sisters, of course, the brothers, the cousins, people who are around the same age range, but not like your elders. I would think that the elders would be like, like, damn, like that's kind of fucked up what you're doing,
They in on it there, brother. Everybody is in on it. I'm telling you, everybody has been pre-gamed, pre-warned, vetted. Everybody is in on it. Everybody's in on it. You got I've seen cats, man, drop the I've seen some stuff, man, I thought I'd never see before. I'm not gonna say what I was thinking, man, but I just can't believe it, man. Honestly, it's just I mean, things that you may think of, it's just unfathomable. You know what I'm saying? In our culture, I mean, I've seen guys drop their pregnant girlfriend off to get smashed. What kind of mentality? Seriously, I'm not even joking. I knew a brother who had a fetish for pregnant chicks, man. And one time, me and him was out, and the lady I was with, we were sitting around drinking. I'm thinking the guy joking, right? And he said, hey, he said, you got any pregnant girlfriends? And I'm laughing, the girl is laughing.
Right.
And she actually, yeah, she said, are you serious? I said, yeah. Man, listen, next thing I know, the next day, this pregnant chick, very pregnant chick, came to the brother crib, smashed it. He tells me, I'm like, are you serious? And then I asked her, hey, did you hook my boy up with one of your pregnant girlfriends? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, Dad, I said, well, where's the father of the baby? He said, she dropped him off. I'm like, huh? I said, are you serious?
What the wow.
And he was there for about 2 weeks, man. He smashed his girl for about 2 weeks. This pregnant chick. Yeah.
Wow.
That was, I met my son mother in the United States. When she was pregnant, man, I mean, we just had this tumultuous relationship, because it was really kind of a one night stand thing.
Yeah.
But I could never see me dropping off my son's mom to somebody while my son is incubating. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, how do you wrap your mind around that?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't
even do it.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm old, because I couldn't even think of that when I was 19, 20, when she was pregnant. I can't wrap my mind around certain shit.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. I mean, it's the your situation with your kid's mom in the United States is similar to the situation like with mine. You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk about it, publicly, but you know what I mean. Like same situation. Like no matter how much like I dislike you or whatever the case is, like there's no way like I could fathom having my son in your belly and dropping you off to another guy's house. Like that's
Never.
just that's wild work. Wow. That's just crazy, man. That's
No,
crazy. That's crazy.
never.
So there was one story that there was one story that you talked about. I want to say it was either last year or the year before last, where the guy he was dating a girl and like I guess his girlfriend had set him up and like they took like all of his sneakers, like all of his jewelry. I don't know if you recall that story though.
Yeah, but man, there's so many stories like that. I mean, I know about 9 of those stories.
Yeah, see,
I mean,
yeah,
the last one I could think of is the brother was living with the chick, and him and the girl, got in an argument and whatnot. But this dude is crazy as hell now. And the thing is, the brother said, "Well, man, I watch my channel. This is when I was really doing a lot of DR videos. I really don't do any DR videos
yeah,
now, but and but the guy, I remember he sent the girl because he was like, man, I want to get a car." And he said, "I'm gonna send my." He said, "Man, what do you think? I'm gonna send the girl some money to get a car. That way, when I get there, I'm good." I said, "Listen, dude, just wait till you get here to get the car. You don't
mhm,
have to send her no money to get a freaking car."
right, right,
And he's all in love. And he said, "Well, she could use it now, blah blah blah." So he, unbeknownst to me, he sent the girl some like $7,000 to get a car. The girl
oh,
got a
wow.
car, right? He comes down, he pulls up. "Yo, man, I'm rolling, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Oh, you came out here and got your car." He said, "Oh, no." He said, "Send old girl." He said, "I told you, Taylor, man, everything is cool, brother. Everything is cool." I said, she got the car. We good. Not a problem. Got a crib. Moved it in. He had, at the time, he had, retired from the U.S., moved everything down to DRs, got his whole wardrobe, everything. Maybe 6, 7 months go by, him and the girl having problems, right?
Hmm.
This dude was heavily invested in Bitcoin, which I told him don't do that either. Diversify your portfolio,
Hmm.
especially when Bitcoin was so speculative at the time. Anyway, man, when Bitcoin was at 70, rolled back down to 40. Then he invested with somebody, man. Anyway, the brother lost a lot of bread. So the brother's like, feeling all down and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Him and the girl not getting along. So he decides, he calls me up. He's like, "Man, listen, I need to get away from her. I need to just get out of here for a minute." So I said, "Well, listen, brother, I got plenty of bedrooms. So you want to come and just crash for a night, not a problem." So he came and crashed, man. We talked, and then he started telling me about other shit, what's happening with her and the ex. He's like, "Man, I know she's still seeing this dude." He said, "Man, I'm just done. I'm just done." And he says, "Man, come help me grab some of my shit." I said, "Brother, let me pause you for a minute. Let me pause you." I said, "Listen, you can't move out a little bit of shit out your crib, because when you come back, your whole crib will be stripped. Everything. She's gonna take everything. So either you got to move it all, or you got to chill and deal with the situation that you got."
hmm
"Nah, nah, nah, man. Don't know her family live by us. Her family, blah, 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 is up in here, there, and everywhere." I'm like, "Dude, soon as she see you pull one bag out, somebody is going from that building is going to call that chick and say, 'Hey, your boyfriend is moving out.'" Brother ain't listened to me for the third time. So I take him over there, right? He grabs a couple of bags, grab some of his clothes. but left a lot of his shit because he couldn't take everything, right? So he left a lot of his sneakers, and he was a sneakerhead, right?
Yeah.
This dude had like about 45 pair of sneakers. So he grabbed maybe 10 pair. And, you know, he only had like 3 bags, and he's like, I'll come back and just grab the rest of this week. And I said, dude, I'm telling you, shit ain't gonna be here. Anyway, next day go by, man. I'm doing something. I'm up in Coastal Bar having fun. This guy calls me all frantic, man. The landlord just called me. The landlord just called me. The landlord just called me. Now he's at my crib, right,
Yeah.
chilling, because he said, you know, he supposed to be on the flight like maybe 3 days later. And I'm like, what the landlord say? He says, man, the landlord asked me, was I leaving? Was I moving out? Because there's a truck in front of my crib and all the furniture's moving out. And I said, man, what did I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you? No, I promise this on everything I love. I'm asking the guy, what the fuck did I tell you? So I'm a little busy at the time, right? I'm like, brother, I'm gonna get there as soon as I can, but I just can't drop everything, you know, and run now, you know, because listen, I warned the brother. So hey, your emergency ain't my goddamn problem.
Right.
So anyway, when I took care of what I need to take care, ran over there, took a guy to the crib. Nothing's in that motherfucker. Nothing was in there, motherfucker. Not a pot, not a spoon, not a fork, nothing. And this dude just and now he's crying, right? I mean, like boo-hooing crying. And I said, what did I tell you, bro? I said, man, listen, you have a non-listening problem. You have a nah, man, you know, that was my girl, man. I ain't think she'd do this shit to me. I said, bro, that wasn't your girl. That was somebody pretending to be your girl. You know? And once you found out she was smashing somebody else, what the fuck? You should have just put her ass out.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, well, listen, I said, at least get your car, right? At least get your car. He comes to find out because he wanted to go down to the police station, right? And I guess the police called her, said that he was going to tell her that, hey, she stole his car. She brought the car, but the car was brought in her name only. And I'm like, what? I said, you never checked to see if the car's in your fucking name? Are you kidding me? Yo, so this is the type of dumb shit brothers do when they go down there. And he's not a one-off. He's not a one-off. There's a million of those goddamn stories.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I just can't fathom. You give your lady or your supposed lady, if you will, you give her the money to buy a car. Wouldn't you want to make sure that the title is in your name?
Let me tell you something. I would not put that kind of money in any Dominican chica's hand. I don't care. The only woman matter of fact, the only woman that gets that kind of money is my daughter mom. And I'm talking about, you know, to pay the rent, light, all that stuff, because I take care of everything for my daughter. And thank God I finally got it to get her mindset out the hood and move to a better place. But I take care of every fucking thing, right? And I tell her, if you want anything else, you got to get a job. But the lights is on, the food is there, the medical, my daughter medical, she got great medical. But anything else, you gotta pay, you gotta do yourself. And I don't let them call me with this, you know, like I remember after my daughter turned 2 years old, you know, my daughter mom called me and says, you know, I need money for formula, for baby formula. Right now, I've raised kids before. I'm like, hold on. So my daughter too. I said, what is she still drinking formula for? She got teeth.
Right. Yeah.
I said, no, hell no.
Yeah,
and she was like,
formula supposed to be done like 8 months or something like that? Like when they start like teething, I think.
Yeah, but it's usually between 12 and 16 months. You kind of wean them off.
Yeah,
but I wasn't really thinking about it. But when she called and hit me with that, I'm like, nah. I said, they're like, oh well, this is what this, you know, what this she wants that, and so I just want to give her what she wants. Now, you know that Infamil, that shit is like $50 a can. So we talking about 2 weeks, $50. You talking about $100? I said, oh hell no. I said, listen, between what she wants and what she gets, that's gonna be two different things.
Right.
But they'll try, but that every little thing, brother. But you every little thing they're gonna try to get some more money. And like I said, me, I have absolutely no issue, none, never did, never will, taking care of any children that I father.
Right.
But I'm not gonna let you use me for the bank. Yeah, I'll take care of your bill. Yeah, I'll pay the rent. Yeah, I'll make sure the medical is taken care of. Yeah, I'll make sure that the lights on. Make sure that she got food. But
Right.
anything else, that's on your ass. That ain't got shit to do with me.
Absolutely. No, and you know, and that I completely agree with. You know what I mean? I'm on the same page there with you. You know, so Embrace the Grace. She says that your guy was he was in too deep. Do you know how long he was
Yeah,
in that
don't know.
relationship? Do you know how long that he was in that relationship with her, like before he decided to move her in?
He said that he was seeing her maybe for about uh before moving there about a year after,
Okay.
and then he let her set up shop maybe a year before, maybe a year or half a year before he retired, before he actually moved there, and they lived together for those 6 months.
Oh
But I'm
wow.
telling you, his story is not unique. I know cats with kids. I know cats with kids who, man, who can't, who barely see the kids. Basically the woman say, "Hey, no, if you don't give me more money, you can't see your baby." They playing like this hide and seek game with the guy and his kids. It's crazy, man. And I'm talking about a guy who pays her, help her out. I don't know how much the brother give her. I don't know. But evidently she feel it ain't enough, and she holds the kids hijack, man. This cat got, I don't know if this, I know the last one is his. I don't know if the first one is his, but it's crazy, brother. It's crazy. It's
Now,
crazy.
now I don't know the laws in the Dominican Republic, but can you, so for a guy who wants to get some sort of visitation or partial custody or half and
Oh
half,
yeah,
what
yeah.
have you?
No,
Yeah,
you can
so
do that. Yeah.
you
No,
can or
I took
you cannot.
yeah, when me and my girl was having trouble, I took her to court. So I
Okay.
got so now it's visitation. But now this is where she almost passed out, because I said, well, hey, can we take care of child support
Yeah.
while we there? And the magistrate said, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that too.
Okay.
So he told me straight up 80. I mean, he said 40 pesos, 4,000 pesos a month. 4,000 pesos is $80.
Okay.
Now, of course, I give her way more than that because I want, because I take care of my daughter.
Right.
But I let her know, don't try no shit,
Right.
because what I give you and then giving you what the court say, that's a long goddamn leap.
Right.
Long
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
leap.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my and my question is to like the guys where the women are trying to strong arm the guy, saying, if you're not giving
No,
me any
hey,
money,
you got
okay.
to take it to court, just like in the states. You got to take it to court. But a lot of cats, man, they scared when it comes to court. But luckily, at that time, I had a friend, a older woman, Dominican friend,
Hmm.
who knew, the situation. I was like, listen, I need an attorney I can trust, right? I need someone I can trust. And she said, all right. She said, well, I have a cousin that's an attorney. She says, I will make sure, she says, I will come there with you to make sure she do her job. And he said, because she says, otherwise, I don't know either, Russell. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. But she walked me hand step every part of the way. And we went to court. Like I said, got visitation because my daughter mom was trying to do the same shit, like hiding her
Yeah.
out. like, yo, I want some money. I told her, no, I don't get extorted. I don't pay extortion. So if you want to keep my daughter until I take your ass to court, fine, let's do that. And that's what
Right.
she did. So, but then when we got to court, they gave me good visitation rights. A couple of days during the week. Like basically same thing in the States every other weekend. She would stay with me. So yeah, man. But I mean, now, I got to say that my daughter Maz, man, she's great. I mean, we have a really good relationship now. There's no problem with seeing my daughter. We FaceTime all the time. Well, not FaceTime, but video chat. And when I'm there, man, the first thing she does is drop my daughter off, and she goes get lost. I gotta. Matter of fact, when she's supposed to pick up my daughter, I got to call her to find out what time, because she said, all right, I'll be back there at 5. Sunday, man, she may show up Monday. So, but now I'm used to it, and I know she needs a break. So, yeah, but we have a great relationship now. I will say that.
Okay, cool. And so we are 1 hour in, and I do have a question to ask you in reference to the court system. But if all of y'all, if y'all could do me a favor, man, and make sure that y'all do subscribe to Taylor Made Dreams. I think most of y'all have subscribed to him, but if you haven't, make sure that y'all definitely do that, man, because man, you're dropping a lot of wealth of information here today, brother. Let me get to this super chat. G Turner again. So basically, there's no wives in the Dominican Republic at all, or if they are, how do you go about it? Salute to Kings and congrats to finally breaking 3K subs. Absolutely, man. I'm trying to get my way to 4K right now, man. Trying to get my way to 4K. So definitely like, subscribe, and share this video so I can get more subs, man. But yeah. So the question to you, Unc, is so basically that there are no wives, but if there are at all, how should a guy go about it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's like anywhere. Are there women down in DR worth marrying? Of course there is, of course. But yeah. I don't feel like going through all the bad ones. It's like if you walked, it's like if somebody said, "Well, listen, man, there's $50,000 in a room next door. Now, all you have to do is walk through the room prior to. Now there's 50 snakes. 5 are non-venomous. They won't even bite you. But 45, you might get sent to a trip in the hospital or die.
Right.
Am I going to walk across that floor for that 50 G's, knowing that I only got less than 10% chance of not getting bit and seriously ill? No, I'm not going through all that. No, I don't want to do all that. Like I said, if you happen to find that Dominican diamond in the rough, God bless you. Wish you the best of luck. But me, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, it's almost like why you do have a plethora of brothers who are dating and marrying abroad, because like I say it's a needle within a haystack of needles, as you just made that whole scenario, right? Like, so if there's 50 snakes and there's 45 that are poisonous and there's 5 that are not, you know what I mean? Like it's hectic, you know what I mean? So, and all of the snakes look exactly the same, so you don't know which snake to pick out, which one is not going to be poisonous. So I understand exactly what you're saying there. I did have one question. So I have heard a couple of brothers actually being in long-term relationships in like Santo Domingo and Santiago. So it seems like kind of outside of the touristy areas, like the Sosuas or whatever, like that's where you can find some quality woman. What say you to that?
I say this. My first daughter, mom, great woman. We have a fantastic relationship. Even after the death of my daughter, me and her mom is still super close.
Condolences, bro.
Well, my daughter mom used to me used to be married to a American guy, right? Um, but she still had feelings for one of her son's father. Still have feelings for this guy. She married an American guy, went to America, left America, go back to the guy who didn't want her.
Mhm.
What does that take? And
Man, wow.
born and raised Santa Domingo. Like I said, great woman, great woman. You know, we've all done dumb things in our youth, so you know, I'm not holding that hostage yet. But
Right.
like I said, if you're talking demographics, I mean, and like I said, this is the thing, man. At the end of the day, Dominican women want to be with Dominican dudes. I mean, Dominicans are nationalists, which I have been telling people for the last I don't know how many fucking years. They're nationalists, and God bless them. I think that is a good thing. I think that is a great thing.
Mhm.
I wish African Americans, I wish we thought more nationalist as
Yeah.
a people. I love that fact that about Dominican people that they are nationalists, but the same thing that complements them as a people is the same thing I think is their Achilles heel that goes against them.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, if you ask most Dominicans, would they rather be with a Dominican guy or a foreigner? They're gonna pick a Dominican guy. That's just facts. That's just facts. And personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like I said, God bless them. I think that's strong for a community of people. I wish we thought like that, but it is what it is.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So so I wanted to ask you in reference to the court system. So, the laws in the Dominican Republic, how do they compare and contrast to the laws in the United States, especially when it comes to like child support and things of that sort?
When it came to child support, I mean, I was very lucky because I did have an attorney who kind of knew people.
Okay.
Um, so I got a fair deal out of it. I would definitely say I got a fair deal out of it. I think a lot of guys don't take girls to court. I think they just listen to the chick, and the chick is like, "Oh, then you won't do anything," and the guy won't do anything, and they threatening the guy and making all kind of accusations and shit. And like I said, I've been through that. So,
Yeah.
but I said, listen, I'm just not the type. If you try to extort me, brother, you will never get fucking paid because I'm not that dude. Because
Right.
I
Right.
know somebody that who goes to that extreme to get money, they will always come back. They will always have a different scam. They will always hold something over your head.
Right.
So, like I said, when my daughter did that whole disappearing act, I said, fine. My daughter, mom, I said, fine, not a problem. I just got an attorney, you know, paid the attorney, took her to court, and I got what I wanted. And you know, right now, like I said, she got the short end of the stick in court, honestly. You know, because like I said, you know, legally,
Hmm.
if I give her $80 a month, I'm contractually legally fulfilling my obligation according to Dominican courts.
Right.
But of course, I know it takes more than $80 to you know take care of a child. So like I said, as long as she doing her thing, I'm gonna always keep doing my thing. So you know, but like I said, after that, she straightened up though, bro, because she couldn't believe I took her to court.
Yeah,
She
yeah, no, absolutely, and I don't, and I don't want to like, continue down this segue, but I do want to mention it because due to the fact that we're both fathers, but like,
Mhm.
a lot of women will say that because guys have this fear of not going to court.
do.
And
Yeah.
and I remember for years, one of my guys, he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, you should just put yourself on child support." And I was like, and for me, I was like, why should I do that when my kid is with me like 4 days out of the week? But he was like, you should still do it. And I was like, and a light bulb just clicked in my head, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I got to make that happen. You know what I mean? Because even though my son is with me most of the week, still got to do it. And the thing is that some women will actually put the fear and try to strong arm guys. And I would say I don't think that it's just like Dominican Republic or the United States. I think that like, globally, at least in Western culture, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at it, most of the things that people worry about never happen. Seriously, most things that people worry, stress about never fucking happens. But
Right,
the thing is, as an adult, you have to do what you have to do. You have to do the grown up thing.
right.
And like cats going to the doctor. A lot of men don't like to go to the doctor, but me, I'm gonna go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? And when I see a situation that I need to go to court for, I'm gonna go to court. I'm gonna make sure that I'm in that driver's seat, and that I'm not in that passenger seat, or I'm not
Yeah,
in that back seat.
right.
So the thing is, you just got to step up and do it. And I've shared this story with cats who've been going through similar situations that I have problems with their baby's mom, like said the other cat who girl was saying you can't see the baby unless you pay me. And been telling the guy, take her to court. Take her to court. The
Yeah,
guy, up to this day, still haven't taken her to court. And when he goes to DR, he already sends the money, but then he got to give her extra money to go see his kid. I'm like, that's fucking crazy, man. And I
right.
tell cats, make sure if you have a kid with a chick outside of the US, you got to do that DNA. I DNA'd my daughter twice. I
Yeah,
DNA'd her in DR. And plus, I got a kit off Amazon and did a swab test myself, sent it back to make
yeah,
sure. But
yeah,
you
man.
got to protect yourself, man. You got to protect yourself at all costs, man. And
Absolutely.
speaking of kids, man, I wouldn't have another kid in the U.S. though, man.
Oh no. No, 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 no. One and done. Nah, one and done. I mean, yeah. Like it
And
is
you must gonna get snip. Then you must gonna get snip.
nah, I'm not gonna get snip, but you know what I mean? Like I'm making sure like I'm making sure like that there's no there's no shooting up the club, there's no raw dog records. I'm being cool
Mm.
because it is expensive. You know what I mean? So the thing is like,
Not outside the U.S. It ain't.
oh no, no, no. I'm saying like I'm saying $80 a month. Oh yeah, like $80 a month. Like you know what I mean? And of course, like I know like I know your personality. Like if you're living good, you're gonna make sure that your daughter's living good. You know what I mean? But like just hearing $80 a month, like that's wild. That's
Yeah.
wild.
But now please believe she gets way more than $80 a month.
Oh no, no, no! I know. But I was gonna say just like for my son, like for my son, like his lunch is like $80 a week. That's lunch, man. This is just crazy, man. But so I did want to ask you, so what would you say are like three immediate red flags for a guy going to Dominican Republic and dating a woman, like what are three most important watch outs?
One, the cousin. That guy. Hey, one is that cousin. Two
Yeah,
is every time if you want to do something, she always got somebody who can do it for you. Like, hey, if I need to buy a car, oh, let me take you to the dealership that I know. Or let my guy do this. I would say use that with, you know, if you meet cats who live there, expats who live there, ask them if you need to get something done. You want to take care of something, ask them their opinion. Do they know somebody? Because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll say, all right, so let's say if a guy wants to buy a condo. All right, my cousin, he sells real estate. Okay, cool. So she'll tell a cousin, let's say this condo may cost 100 grand. She'll say, well, hey, listen, tell him 120 and you'll get pocket an extra 10. I'll pocket it and I'll get 10,000 from
right,
it.
right, right. Yep.
So that cousin that I know somebody for you to do everything.
Yeah.
Uh, I would say the third is trust but verify. Trust but verify. Trust
Trust
but
me, bro.
verify.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like.
if she's always on that phone, you know, she's always on the phone. Um, hey brother, look into that. She's on those apps. Look into that. You know, make sure, man, go through those apps. You know, shit. I'm telling you, brother. Don't. I mean, like I said, for me, DR is still got a lot of good energies. I still got a lot of love in DR. Got investments in DR. Got kid in DR. But a place for looking for love, not so much. Looking for lust, yeah, but looking for love, not so much. Not so much. Not so much. Uh, but
Gotcha.
hey, good luck. That's all I can tell you.
I
Good
got
luck.
I got you. All right. All right. So I'm getting close to wrapping this up with Unc. So if you do have any questions, make sure that you ask them right now. And Super Chats always will jump the line. So my next question to you is the state of Sosua. What are your thoughts on the state of Sosua now? And how do you see Sosua, let's say, within the next 3 to 5 years?
I mean, I see that they're definitely going to bring in the large businesses. I mean, Marriott built a hotel in Sosua, so there is a Marriott in Sosua.
Oh wow, okay.
Um, with them basically condemning that beachfront,
Yeah.
Sosua Beach, there's definitely going to be a large business component to it. I know they are trying to make that a little bit more family friendly. I mean, right now, Chris, Sosua has a curfew, man. You know, where they got to close bars, I think, at 1 o'clock, which is absolutely crazy. It's a tourist town, you know. And after one, you know, you got to move down to the casino where the club is open. So they tried to push all that nightlife entertainment, we'll call it that, further and further away from the beach. But that element is always going to be there. That element is always going to be there. It's
Right.
just always going to be there. I do see Dominican Republic right now as far as investments. I mean, because I still own land there.
Yeah.
I own two nice sized lots, you know, but of course that goes to my daughter. So it's still a good investment. You can still have a lot of fun. You can meet people, have a lot of fun. But I mean, I would say if you're gonna go to Dominican Republic, don't make any emotional investments. Go down there, have fun, do your thing, wild out if you want. But as far as making those emotional investments, I don't. I would not plant my flag there. And I would not advise nobody else to plant their flag there. But on anything else, yeah, it's still a good place to go. Still a good place to visit. Still got a lot of beautiful scenery. Still got a lot of beautiful women. But like I said, making that emotional investment, nah, I wouldn't do it.
Gotcha. 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 So so rent, don't own.
Basically.
Understood. Hey, so you know, it's interesting where you say like they're pushing the traffic, the nightlife, the you know, the the street meat, you know what I mean? You know, they're pushing all of that. It's
Mhm.
kind of the same way like in Parque Yetis in Medellin where they're trying to push it all away and like they shut everything down at 1 o'clock. But
Yeah, same
it's
idea.
still that element because like even though like they shut it down, like you know, they're trying to push the traffic, but like it's still that element there, you know what I mean? And
It-
like
It's it's, it's always gonna be there.
right, exactly. And like you can just tell, like especially like you know, like the street meat, like you can tell, like especially how they dress, like you know what I mean, like if
Oh man, that's a whole nother thing, man. Like I said, when you know, pre-pandemic, man, when you see the girls in the street dressed, man, they would dress really, really nice, very, very. I mean, you couldn't tell what they were, what profession they were in.
right,
Very nice, man. I mean, just very sexy, classy. Um, I think especially since all those tiendas, those Chinese cheap stores came in and they
yeah,
buy all that cheap material, man, and they look cheap. They look cheap. The women look cheap. They
yeah,
just look cheap. You know, it looked like, streetwalker shit. But
Yeah, yeah,
it's crazy because China has a huge influence here in Thailand.
yeah,
But the clothes and material that they sell to Thai people are totally different than what they'll sell to Dominicans.
yeah,
So Thai get quality knockoffs. I mean, really, really quality shit. Now DR, they get the cheapest shit, the see-through material, the one you wear one and you're done. And it's crazy, man. And that's what and that's what those chicks are buying. And they look like I mean, Chinese people basically got them looking like what they think of them. I guess I'm not sure, but like I said, it looks cheap. It looks nasty,
yeah.
and that's what you get. So, but I'm telling you, man, it's the difference because, like I said, you get shop till you drop. Here, you ain't gonna really spend a whole lot of bread coming from the same manufacturing hub, but the quality is totally different. And when you look at the women in Thailand who may be in that same round, they look good. They dress nice, very well, very very lady looking, especially in the evening. And you look at Sosua and look like cheap street meat.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, just looking at some of the videos that some of the brothers will post, and I'm just like, man, like you flew all. I mean, even though like Dominican is well, due to the fact that I'm on the East Coast, like Dominican Republic isn't far at all. But I'm just like, dude, you flew over there for that? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to ask you. So I don't know if you've seen. There's a recent video where a brother was in older gentleman, and he was in Sosua and got into a disagreement with a woman. I don't know if you saw that, but it went viral.
oh yeah, I seen there was a few of those.
Well, yeah, I think this one just went viral like last week. At
Oh
least
no, I didn't see that one.
okay.
So
Hold on.
what was it? She changed the price?
Yeah. So essentially, what ended up happening is that she changed the price. Let me try to see if I can find it. Actually, O'Shea Duke Jackson actually did a video about it.
Hmm. No, I
Let
didn't see
me
that.
hold on. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna pull this up really quick so you can actually take a look at it. But yeah, yeah, it's definitely wild work.
Yeah,
Um,
but
let me-
but but I would say to that, um, while you're trying to find it,
yeah, go ahead.
listen, man, if a chick, let's say you and a girl make a deal for pay to play, whatever,
Hmm.
and I'll just throw a number out there. Let's say she says 3,500 pesos, whatever, 4,000, $100, whatever it is.
Hmm.
And if he changes it, and let's say if y'all made a deal for $100, right? And she said, "Oh, you told me 150. Listen, give it the other $50 and get it moving. Just do not pay for headaches because what comes behind it, you will not like.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
even if a chick plays that game and says no, it's $20 more, right? You said 3,000. All right, well 4,000. Okay, well here's four. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache.
That I completely agree with. I completely agree with that 1,000%.
It is
Um,
not worth the headache. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Just
well,
whatever. Just listen. It's not going to break you. It's not going to break you, but it will give you quite a headache.
yeah,
And once the police come in, man, you forget it. It's all bets off after that.
yeah, man. When you see this video, like I definitely want to hear your feedback because like I think for you just got to see it. But really quick, shout out to the
All right.
best of us for the $5 super chat. He says salute to the OGs. Thank you so much, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. I don't think I'm an OG yet. I think I'm still think I'm YG, but definitely Russ is the OG because he's been in this, he's been in this thing for a minute, the travel space and Manosphere and all of that, man. All right, so I'm gonna play it right now, and
All right.
yeah,
somebody is there to say, "Gotcha, bitch."
you can hear it.
But now there is a situation that guys have been hitting me up, and my notifications have been going crazy. And one of the channels that talked about this was Travel Time with Paul. Now, what you're probably about to see right now is a very disturbing incident that's happening with an older black male and a young lady that he recruited to basically clap some cheeks. But I could explain it to you, but let me let you see it.
No, touch that. Touch that. And no, she might be breakfast. She was the money back for breakfast. You buy me breakfast. You want money back? I'm gonna give her a few pesos so the girl can leave. And he said,
So as you can see, it's a group of Black American men that are out in Sosua, I believe, Dominican Republic. The older dude basically hooked.
So, I mean, that's that's pretty much like the gist of it. But what are your thoughts?
First thought, I'm too old to be, to get that headache, man. Listen, if it was a thing of money, get a girl the money, let her go. Fuck it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. I wouldn't even call it a loss. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn.
Yeah.
If it was a thing about money and the girl went up on the price, fine. Listen, you don't. What's the old saying goes? You don't pay you don't pay a hoe to leave. You don't pay a hoe to stay. You pay her to leave.
You pay her to leave. Yeah, you pay her to leave. Yeah.
So if the price goes different, man, listen, pay to learn price, let it go, but don't get yourself on headache. Don't get yourself all on World Star. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the police come, because once the police get in, then the girl can say, with the police coming, the girl, and I've seen this happen. This has happened. Where a chick didn't say, hey, the guy didn't pay me. The chick said he raped me. Now he looking at a whole nother thing.
Right.
Right? Yeah. You don't know. And let me tell you, man, these women are vicious.
Yep.
Vicious. They have zero conscience about you getting in trouble being locked up in a Dominican jail. Zero conscience. They will do that shit for 20 pesos, right? I'm telling you, they will do that shit to you for 20 pesos. So do yourself a favor. Anybody who, doing that pay for play thing in DR or wherever.
Yeah.
Listen, don't go through that headache. Pay that money. It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't draining your bank account. Hurt your pride a little. Okay, fine. You'll get over it in 5 seconds, I promise you. But you got that headache out your door. You got them out of your life. That's it. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you learn.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's interesting. Well, I don't want to say interesting, but like, first of all, what I saw, like, I thought, why would this guy go to Dominican Republic and be messing with that? Like, did you see that? Like, her stomach had a stomach, bro. Like, I'm like, I'm like, if you go pay for something, you know what I mean? Like, you want to, it's like basically you fly to Dominican Republic to eat dollar menu. You know what I mean? Like, yo, if I'm in Dominican Republic, I want prime rib, I want filet mignon. You know what I mean? I want lobster, I want crab. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like, what the fuck was that? Like, I was like,
I say this: she's smaller than a lot of those women in the States.
Yeah, well, yeah. Fair enough. Absolutely.
Because when I go back to the States, man, the first thing, and I know I'm in culture shock. First, big.
Yeah.
These women are just fucking huge. Yep. Now, I ain't a small dude, right? I ain't a small dude, but I'm not that big, you know. I mean, I remember when I was in the States, man, and I was hanging out there for a couple of weeks. And my boy, you know, we went out a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
and man, I just looked around and I'm like, this is the quality of choices that men have today.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah,
So, like I said, she now in DR, you know, she's a 4.
yeah.
But if he's looking to American standard, she a 7 to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's just yeah, and then not only that, you know, like she could have, because like the thing is like he was also putting his hands on her too, you know, and that's another thing. Like
That's another thing. And it's on film. That see, that's the stupid thing.
yeah, because yeah, his boy, whoever recorded it, that was whack. Like
you
yeah, like
you you on film assaulting somebody,
yeah,
a Dominican citizen, bro. That's not going to go well. And then you know you seen the ones where the chick just went through people's apartments and just started damaging. I mean, doing like you know freaking $4,000 or $5,000 worth of damage, and all she
yeah,
wanted was an extra $20. You know,
yeah.
was it worth it?
No,
So you know,
no,
listen, if you're gonna be in there doing the pay for play, cool. I listen, no judgment, but pay the headache to leave,
right,
not to stay. Pay the headache to leave,
right,
not to stay. That's it.
absolutely.
Save it, and especially if you're an older cat, man. Come on, why even get yourself caught up in that shit? You know that shit is for 20-year-olds.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I just think, you know, I just think that like as you mentioned, right? Like, listen, no shade to anyone who gets involved in that. But the thing is,
No
like,
shade at all.
yeah, yeah. But you have to move smartly, right? So, you know, if you're getting overcharged, you know, if you're getting overcharged or whatever, as you said, like, you know, maybe your ego may hurt, maybe your pocket may hurt, but here's the thing, you know, you live to fight another day, right? Like there was another one. I'm not going to share the video due to the interest of time, but there was another video I think that came out around last year, and the guy was in the Airbnb, and the woman got really upset, so she ended up like breaking the table, right? And so the
I
Airbnb,
saw that.
yeah, so the Airbnb host ended up charging him, you know, for the table, gave him a
Yep,
bad review, right?
yep.
And it also lowers your Airbnb rating. So like, you know, for anyone who rents out properties and stuff, like people look at your Airbnb ratings. So like if you have like a low rating, no one is really going to want to rent their Airbnb to you, because they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's a terrible guest. You know what I mean? Like he's probably done something. And the review that they put on you is public. So we can say, you know, broke table or whatever the case is, you know. So now you got a bad review, and that follows you everywhere. So like if you got to give up an extra, you know, 15, $20 or what, $30 or whatever it is, just give up the money. Like, yeah, I know you pissed about it, and it's like, yo, she make you look like a sucker, but you made yourself look like even a bigger sucker, because now the more places that you travel to, like that
Mhm.
bad Airbnb review is gonna follow you everywhere
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. Even if it's $100, listen. Here's the $100. Listen, I pay the headache to leave, not to stay. You don't pay.
Right.
You don't pay for a headache to remain in your head. You,
Yeah.
hey, listen. All right, fine. Listen. All right, good. I'm paying. I'm paying the headache while we walking out the door and you walking out the crib. That's
Right.
cool. That's cool. Like you said, live to fight another day. You learn. You learn, right?
Right.
But
Absolutely.
but but don't put yourself through that and become a world star sensation, you know, on the wrong about the wrong shit. And then you don't know if this motherfucker got kids. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now your son, your daughter, or your co-workers seeing you, you know what I'm saying? That's
You know
crazy.
what? That's actually another thing. Yeah, that's actually another thing, because you know, as you said, like, you know, your coworkers could see it, you know, and it may, you know, it may get to your boss. You know, and
Yeah,
let's say what if he's married? Now the wife sees it. So,
yeah,
you know, kids. So it's such a big domino effect. So that $100, $50, $25, whatever it is, right? Like that can all go away. And also, man, dude, you got to check your homeboy for fucking recording. Like that's kind of fucked up.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then put it out there because evidently he put it out there. You know, he shared it. He put it. You know, I understand recording for evidence if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not the aggressor, if I'm not the one in the wrong.
Yeah, but he
But
was
clearly,
the aggressor
but,
though.
but clearly, if you're the aggressor, you're the one in the wrong. Nobody hit the play button. God damn, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
No,
right.
that's crazy. But
Yeah.
definitely, you know, we way past the hour that I want to do, brother. But I
Absolutely,
appreciate.
absolutely.
Yeah,
All right. So give me your final thoughts, and then you know, we'll close it out, man. But thank you so much for joining me today, man. I really appreciate you.
not a problem, not a problem, nephew. Glad to be a part of Kings and Dreams. Yeah, I would say, listen, man, you know, wherever you go, whether it's DR, whether it's Brazil, whether it's Thailand, Cambodia, wherever, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. You know, be aware that, man, listen, no matter how much you invest personally, emotionally, whatever, you're never going to be considered that part of that culture. You know, yeah, you're a great guy, you do community service and all that shit, but trust me, when it comes down to it, brother, you're never going to be Thai, you're never going to be Dominican, you're never going to be Brazilian. So, like I said, invest wisely, but don't invest what you can or don't want to lose. And not that's not always just financially, but be careful, man, because a lot of these chicks, especially if you're into that pay for play, man, they in it for the bag. That's just facts.
Mm.
That's just facts. But specifically DR, beware because there's a lot of fucking scams going on there, bro. DR, there's a lot of scams. You know, I'm not gonna end it on a bad note. You can still have a lot of great time in DR, still a lot of good energy. If you're looking for a place to invest, you know, I did not regret any investment that I made as far as my condo, which I sold. I got rid of that.
Yeah.
Um, or the land, you know, both were good investments. But like I said, I would not invest emotionally and on a personal note in DR. It's I don't think that's the safe place. You know, it's sort of like investing on and sort of like making an investment on black guys. You know, so, I'm just gonna be honest.
I
I'm
got you,
not
man.
saying I'm not saying that there are not no great women in DR. Of course there is. But if you want to take the time to sift through that, then hey. But another factor that we didn't even talk about is language. If you don't know how to speak that language and she's not fully articulate in English, I don't care. I don't care. All the guys that tell me, man, yeah, Russell, but me and my wife, you know, we still get along, blah, blah, blah. 5, 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, they're like, man, Russ, I can't believe what this woman did. If you didn't even understand it, she could be talking about you in your face, right? In front of
Right.
her girlfriend or cousin or mom or whatever. You don't even understand what she said. There is no relationship where you cannot communicate with somebody. They're just not.
Right.
It's just not. And like I said, being able to relate to somebody culturally, that's a whole nother element, man. So I think that's just something to think about. Everybody's grown. You're gonna do what you do. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you all safe travels. Please stay safe. Like I said, if something arises where, hey, I gotta take a learn and pay an extra $50, $100, whatever, do so, man. Don't take the headache with you. That's all I got.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that's excellent information. Like for real, because it's important to know. Excuse me. It's important to know like how people can move out here, especially when it comes to the Dominican Republic. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on is because I know that you have a plethora of experience, that you have a plethora of stories that you can share. You know what I mean? So, some of them kind of funny, but like even though within the humor, we got to understand the seriousness of us making sure that we're keeping our mind right and our money right, and don't fall for the BS, man. So again, Unc, thank you again. I know we're past the hour mark, so I'm gonna let you go, but I definitely appreciate you, man. Appreciate
You got peace and love, nephew. Peace and love.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, brother.
All right.
All right, let me get to this super chat. Shout out to my man Tevin King. He says, I'm late, but here's a little something for the collection plate, big bro. Thank you so much. Let me go through some of you guys' comments here. Oh, it looks like he froze. I think he might have froze. Yeah, so I'm gonna just push that out. Pause. All right, let me see. Yes, all please make sure that you definitely hit that like button, that subscribe button. Definitely make sure you share the video. I think this was a great conversation that I had with Unc Taylor Made Dreams, man. Definitely had a lot of great information here. So make sure that you guys check out the video. For all of my people that are watching on the replay, definitely make sure that you like and share with your people, man. Thank you so much. Garden Scientist says Kings and Dreams. Shout out to my man Garden Scientist in the building. Culture Invasion was in the building. Thank you so much. Embrace the grace. I actually gave you a wrench, so I definitely made you a moderator. Definitely appreciate the support that you've been giving me. What'd she say? Did you just say? Hold on. Why is my thing not moving? Okay. I'm half Dominican. Okay. All right. Have you lived in the Dominican Republic before? Oh, yeah. She says you have. Okay. How long did you live there? How many years did you live in the Dominican Republic? St. Lucia. Yep. Shout out to St. Lucia in the building. XL Pro was here. Salute, salute. The Intellectual Soapbox. Salute, salute, salute. Tripping with Jay was here. Two legends on the screen right now. Love both of you guys' content. Man, thank you so much, man. Shout out to Tripping with Jay. Definitely make sure that you check out his content. I believe Tripping with Jay is actually in Brazil right now. So I definitely would love to hear about your experience in Brazil, brother. Let me see here. Manuel Veras, he says, go look for a quality woman in Haiti, please. Yeah, that's probably something I probably should have asked Unc about that, but you know what I mean? It's all good. All good. Let's see, where am I at? I'm just trying to make sure that I get to all of you guys' comments. So the conversation was so good. Like sometimes when the conversation is so good, like I did not want to just like jump and just start reading the comments, man. But let's see where we at. All right, two legends, okay. Shout out to Westner. Still got my face on the screen. Man, you gotta show love to your fans, man. The people, the people love to hate you sometimes, man. It's all good though. Jojo making DR sound like ATL with all them scams. Right. Scam country. Khalil says this old dude sounds like a young Dominican prostitute got him for all his cash. Khalil always trolling, man. Let's see here. Then why dudes keep going there for years? The most visited island in the Caribbean. It's because aside from all of this, the good outweighs the bad. Well, I think the good outweighs the bad, and then also it's so close to the United States, where especially like a lot of people, like if you're in the like northeast or southeast, like it's not that big of a deal to get there. You know what I mean? So it's very close, very very close. And you got the beach and all of that. You know what I mean? Especially like now, let me living in the Northeast, like it's winter, it's rain, and snow and all that shit. You know what I mean? So people want to be on the beach. Let me see here. I stick with Haitian girls when I go there. Okay, that's good to know. Oh man, Roberto Clemente for life. Hey, bro, salute to you, man. Sorry I didn't get to you in time, bro. What I like about Thailand is less scams, but let's be honest, the women don't look as good, and way too many lady boys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I'm not really. I hear like Thailand is good, but like that's the one thing like that has me concerned with like just the influx of the lady boys. But I mean, I hear like they won't really fuck with you unless you like fuck with them. Anyway, let me see. The hospital is a scam. Police is a scam. Restaurants are a scam. God damn. Laughing my ass off. I don't know about this guy you're interviewing, but I like him already. Yeah, Taylor Made Dreams, man. Hopefully you subscribe to his channel, bro. To the streets they go. That's your fault. You had a baby with a very young girl. Of course, she wants to be with her friends. Nah, man. Nah, man. Nah. I'm not gonna take that, man. All right, let's see here. I signed an extension on my contract with Ghana, and I have real issues with the women there. Okay. Let's talk about that. Okay, you just gas and keep it moving. Got it. I'm proud to be Dominican. Salute, salute. Straight out of Santo Domingo Norte. Okay. That's real talk. Que lo que ya tú sabes. Ya tú sabes. Let's see. If mom liked the woman, she'll almost give you up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You talk about, we were telling me dreams with his mom, throw him under the bus. Yeah, that was funny. Don't lie for your mother. Got to be careful where you go. Absolutely. These dudes are in Sosua making prostitutes into girlfriends and wives. You're getting the results you deserve. Well, here's the thing. Now, if dudes are wifing up pros, then yes, absolutely. Whatever results happen, that is what they fucking deserve. You should not be wifing up a pro. Like, you should not. You should not. You know, the old saying, you can't make a hoe into a housewife, man. You can't do it. You can't do it. Don't be flashy. No jewelry, no expensive shoes. Nah, I'm only at 44K. Only at 44K? Come on, man. I'm trying to get to 4K. This dude's at 44K. Let's see here. Yes, Americans have the most cuckolds. I wonder if that's actually true. I wonder if that's true. Anyway, the same way people easily wrap their minds around around deletions. Chop. I'm just saying. Yep, got it. Hard head makes a soft ass. Oh, you talking about I know you're talking about with his boy, and he gave her 7K to get a car. I don't know if I know some people might have just joined, but one thing that Russ was saying in the interview, you guys could rewind it after I'm done here, but he was saying that a guy gave his girl 7K to get a car, and he didn't even look to see that the title was only under her name only. So needless to say, when he broke up with her, she took the car because the car is under her name. So that's a 7KL. I'll tell you, man. Yep, being misled by the other head. I agree with that. He was too deep. He was too deep in them guts. He was deep in them guts and forgot to stand on business. Better make it enough. Okay, you just subbed. Understood. Absolutely. The like is free 99. Absolutely. The like is free 99. Okay, let's see. Thank you, King. It will be used in good faith. Oh, okay, that's the wrench. Months at a time. Summertime, Christmas, spring break. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. For sure. All right. Listen, definitely want to give a shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for your participation in the chat. Everyone that gave me a super chat, definitely appreciate it for passing that plate around today. I will be back tomorrow with another live stream. I told you guys when I came back, I'm back in full effect, man. You know what I mean? So, I'm loving this. And if you have not subscribed to my guest, Taylor Made Dreams, please make sure that you do subscribe to him. Um, his name is is highlighted in the description. So all you have to do is just hit the hyperlink. It will bring you right to his channel, and just hit subscribe. Do that for me. And then also do me another favor. Share this video with your people. Anyone that's interested in going to Dominican Republic, dating in the Dominican Republic. They're probably in a possible relationship in the Dominican Republic. Russ Taylor Made Dreams gave you all the real deal from his perspective. And of course, there are some quality women there. But what he's saying is that it's a needle within the haystack of needles. Anyways, man, I'm out of here. Stay on your purpose and stay purposeful. And I'm out. Peace.